Hey, vinyl community, it's Trevor back with another flat round and spun here to do a contest entry, but not just any contest entry. This is for one of my best friends here in the VC, Mike, MGK Boston, also in Buffalo. Sorry about the Bills, brother, but yeah, he is putting on his annual contest, this time to get to 1 quadrillion subscribers, and I think he can do it. I really do think the outcome of participants in this, easy. 1 quadrillion, that's a lot, that's many, that's gonna make for a big party. If he was to invite everyone that subscribed to his house, I mean, it would just, there isn't enough hotel space or a Airbnb space for everyone to show up at that party this summer. Anyhow, he's got 10 prompts. I believe it's 10 prompts. Yeah, got a computer off to the side. I'm not going to pretend I'm reading something and making it look like I'm not reading. Full disclosure. Oh, by the way, cheers. There's still a couple games going on. As of filming this right now, it's the Texans and Patriots playing. So by the time you watch this, you'll probably already know the outcome. Outcome. It's Sunday. I barely got sleep last night. Anyway, so for this contest, he's got 10 questions, and I'm going to try to answer them all. So, first answer. Actually, let's do the question first, then I'll answer. This isn't Jeopardy. Show an album owned by your spouse / significant other that you don't like. If you're single, show a record that you're embarrassed by. Well, my wife doesn't actually collect music. She's just purely stream. I did buy her a few records, and, trying to, get her into the cult. Didn't work. Anyway, but one of the albums I bought, one of her favorite movies of all time, and I'm sure I'm going to catch a lot of shit for this one, but Dirty Dancing. I was probably like 15, 16 years old when this came out. When was the date on this? 87. So yeah, I was 16 that summer. Yeah, could care less about this, and bunch of old stuff on there and like a handful of new stuff, but yeah, didn't do much for me. Was never a fan of Jennifer Grey or Patrick Swayze, so I had no intent of even watching it. I don't even think I've even seen this movie all the way through. I've seen bits and pieces, but no, don't care for it. Dirty Dancing. This is number 2. Show your favorite snack item and review it. Okay, I get these from Costco, so this is my big nut sack here. These are salt and pepper pistachios by Wonderful, and it says get crackin'. I will admit, eating these things is like crack, so that's pretty accurate. I could probably, if left alone unsupervised, I could probably plow through this entire 3-pound bag of this. These are so good. So if you're at Costco, and if your Costco carries these, Wonderful black pepper and salt, or salt and pepper pistachios, really good, tasty, and a very loud bag. Let's see.
Just all around.
Didn't mean to do that. Let's see. Where are we at? Number 3. Wear a cool shirt in your video and explain why you think it's a cool shirt. Well, this is Pigface. I have talked about Pigface before. This is just a recent acquired shirt. I just got this in last week. Have a big hand. Pigface is an industrial supergroup offshoot from a 1990 Ministry tour. That was the beginnings of it. Actually, the design of it comes off this very collagey looking album cover, and it's that little hand there. So anyway, Pigface started off with the idea from drummer Martin Atkins. He was drumming for Ministry on this tour. He was originally in Public Image Limited. This Sunday, I just can't talk. Anyway, he was also briefly in Killing Joke around the time he was drumming for Ministry. Well, he, as he described it, didn't want to be a Ministry cover band, which is what he felt like, because Al Jurgensen put together this all-star lineup. So he got a few people from that lineup, from the opening band, which was KMFDM, and then some other people. One of them being this young upstart called Trent Reznor was part of this. He's on the first album, the one I just showed. So anyway, I recently bought this shirt because I've never owned a Pigface shirt, and one of my favorites. I've been listening to him since '92, so it's been a long time since I've been listening to him. Very cool stuff. I like it. And I think Martin does these himself, and he does a really good job at silk screening these things. Okay, number 4, describe both a positive as well as negative concert experience. Show an album by one or both artists. So, let's see here. We'll say positive. I brought this band up several times. I got into them probably about 5-6 years ago. And when they finally came to Seattle on their then current album, Amun, that would be Slift. These guys, I've described them as kind of modern metal, psych, stoner, almost desert rock, with a sci-fi theme to it. Yeah, saw them in this club in Seattle that the capacity of the room was 300, and it was packed. It was awesome. I was probably like 2 people away from the stage. It's a 3-piece band. They're from France. Big screen in the back, so they had projections going on them and onto the screen. It was just a really cool vibe. It was one of those experiences where the music, the band, the crowd, it was just this, circle of energy. It was just awesome. So that was my positive. Slift on the Amun tour. This is in 2022. Now for a negative, this was an artist that I was a big fan of in the mid-90s. Saw them because it was a band at the time, and kind of like an Alice Cooper type thing where it was like band and solo. Huge fan, and then I just got burnt out and didn't listen to for many, many years later. And he, when he went solo, was part of this thing called the Mayhem Festival. And this is out at Pine Knob Music Theater in my hometown of Clarkston, Michigan. And before this artist was Slayer. So that was great because then I could just watch, and then if I didn't like it, I could leave early, which is exactly what I did. I think I made it through 3 songs. And the artist is Marilyn Manson. Now, this album, this is his latest album, was it One Assassination Under God. This is actually a really good record. This is what kind of got me back into listening to him. But at the time of that show, he was wasted on drugs, alcohol. Now I sound like Gene Simmons complaining about Ace and Peter, but it just put on, it was just a bad show. Stumbling on stage and just being belligerent. It wasn't good. From all accounts, he's been sober for, I think, several years now, and I really wish I would have seen him prior to this album coming out, like a few weeks before it came out. He did this small theater here in Tacoma, and I wish I would have seen it. It would have been so cool. But yeah, negative experience. Marilyn Manson back in 2009, I want to say. So let's see. If you hit the lottery What is your dream destination after collecting your winnings? Well, a few years ago, my family, we were supposed to take a trip to the UK. And things fell through because there's a schedule conflict with the other family that we were going to go with. I know we probably could have just gone on our own, but you know, this family, the husband, he's from there, so it would have been nice to have someone who kind of knows the ropes and all that. But you know, I would like to just do the whole UK. You know, especially in our world, record collecting, you know, finding stores that have stuff that, you know, it'd be hard to find here, which I know in this day and age, you could order stuff. It just costs you a lot. I want to go into London, though I was told London prices are a lot more expensive. But one place I really want to go to their record shopping wise is Third Man Records, because I would be able to complete the trifecta. I've been to the Detroit location. I've been to the Nashville one. There's only 3 in the world, and the third one is in England. Would love to visit that and check it out. And of course, you know, try to find these venues of legendary concerts that have taken place, and, you know, touch the fence of Abbey Road, do the, you know, the crossing, of course, and probably get hit by a car and flipped off. But yeah, the UK, that is my answer for trip there. Let's see. Number 6, show a blues album. I don't have a blues album, so we're going to take the S out of blues and show a blue album. This is the soundtrack to The Virgin Suicides. This is the most blue album I have in my collection. Got a blue cover. You got a blue record. You got a blue insert. Even the inner sleeve is blue. And even more cool in this, it even comes with a blue flexi disc of Make It With You by Bread. How awesome is that? So, had to change the rules a little bit. That's my blue record. Virgin Suicides. Lots of classic rock on there from like the late 70s. Cool stuff. I love hats. Show me a hat you own in your personal fashion collection and tell me why you like it. Well, this is one of my more recent collection things. I got this back in October. Negative Approach. Friends of mine from back home in Detroit. They played here in Tacoma this past fall. But this isn't the hat. The hat I'm going to bring up is something I've had in my videos several times, and it makes me look debonair. My bowler's hat. I know a lot of people like to say, oh, John Bonham. I'm like, nah, Clockwork Orange. Get that, make it look a little bit better there. Who's the supermodel? Show a record by a male and female artist you consider to be supermodels in that department. Well, let's see, in the male, this photo looks like it could be one of Mike's slides for Embryonic Brian's fashion line, but we're gonna go, because this picture is just awesome, this cover is just awesome, we're gonna go with Tom Jones. Look at that. You know, partially a 3-piece suit, just took the jacket off, has his sorry, records fell over, so we got shaking here. Just looks debonair, and look at that perm. Awesome. So, Sir Tom Jones. Now, a lot of people show the singer from this group, and I'm not going to do that because everyone goes, well, this is the Go-Go's. Everyone goes for Belinda Carlisle. You know what? I'm going to go with, what's her name? The drummer from the Go-Go's. Shit, does it even say in here? Yeah, I was gonna say Michelle Shock. That's not Michelle Shock. Gina Shock, right there. Look at her. Cute. Very hot. Don't discount Gina. And she was a good drummer too. Make it stop. Show a song that you don't need to hear again. This was actually some VCLT from my buddy Anthony, who is kind of on hiatus right now with the whole VC thing. But one of my hometown heroes, Bob Seger, and the song is Old Time Rock and Roll. To be perfectly honest, I didn't like it back in 1978. I really didn't like it back in 1983 when it got a revival with the movie Risky Business. And after that, it seemed to get played at every single wedding reception I ever went to after that. So every time I hear that beginning piano riff, that I'm like, beer, where's beer? I need more beer. Speaking of, more beer. Cheers. So yeah, that's Bob Seger, Old Time Rock and Roll. And then 10, finally, which I'm sure a lot of you are saying, finally, this guy's going to stop. Show an album with an excellent duet on it. Okay, some might not be familiar with this at all. This is Peeping Tom. Peeping Tom is a project, one of the many projects that singer Mike Patton, most famously with Faith No More, to a lesser degree Mr. Bungle. This is his one and only album with this project. Peeping Tom is like a trip hop album, and the song on here, God, what the hell is it? Oh, it's a song called Sucker. Can you tell I'm really prepared with this? The song Sucker, Mike Patton is with Norah Jones, and I wouldn't say it's exactly a love duet at all, but yeah, it's cool electronic beats and good stuff. So Norah Jones, Mike Patton on Peeping Tom, the song Sucker. Very cool duet. So that is my contest entry for my buddy Mike. Sorry about the shaking there. Hopefully we can get him to a quadrillion subscribers with our help. That is the community part of this. We're helping Mike. So if you're subscribed to me, you're probably more than likely subscribed to MGK. If not, I am leaving the link to his channel in the description and the video for these prompts and whatnot. So anyway, I'm gonna go back to watching football, and we'll talk to you all later. See ya.